Hello, here is the news of this hour from Tstv. I am Olaide Amosu. Here are some major headlines. Ajimobi will be remembered for leaving a blueprint while using, says SEYI MAKINDE. We're not ready to reopen reorientation camps, NYSC. And on the foreign scene, Sudan to receive $1.8 billion aid to ease economic crisis. And in sports, Liverpool win first Premier League title in 30 years. Now the news in details. The Commissioner for Youth Development and Sports in Oyo State, Mr. Seun Fakorede, has tested positive to COVID-19. Fakorede, who's 28 years old, told newsmen on Friday that he had gone into isolation in order not to spread the disease. Fakorede said he did not know how he contracted the disease because he usually took all necessary precautions. The commissioner also said that he remained asymptomatic as of Friday morning. Honorable Fakorede was among the 3 State Executive Council members tested positive for the virus. Fakorede, who's the youngest cabinet member in Oyo State, announced this in a series of tweets on Twitter handle on Friday. Oyo State Governor, Engineer SEYI MAKINDE, has expressed sadness at the demise of the immediate past governor of Oyo State, Senator Abiola Ajimobi. The governor, in a condolence message he personally issued to the Ajimobi family and the good people of Oyo State, also directed at the state's flag fly at half-mast on Friday. Meanwhile, the funeral of former Oyo Governor, Senator Abiola Ajimobi, has been postponed. His spokesman, Bolaji Tunji, told reporters in his Oluyole Ibadan residence on Friday morning the family would soon make an announcement of the burial program. Tunji said the funeral arrangements will be announced soon by the family, but it will be observed privately so as to be in accordance with the Nigerian Center for Disease Control guidelines. He appealed to sympathizers who have been thronging his residence to continue following NCDC guidelines by washing their hands, using face masks, and keeping social distancing, among others. Ajimobi died in a private hospital in Lagos on Thursday at 70. President Muhammadu Buhari condoles with government and people of Oyo State over the passing of a former governor, Isiaka Abiola Ajimobi, whose contributions to the development of the state and nation will always be remembered. The president commiserates with the family of the former governor who served the country as a senator in 2003 before winning the governorship election in 2011. Remaining steadfast and consistent in his progressive views and working assiduously for the creation of the All Progressive Congress. As the party chieftain bows out, President Buhari believes he left the world at a crucial moment when the party and the country needed his counsels to heal and grow, noting that his absence will be sorely felt by all associates, particularly in the APC. The president prays that the Almighty God will comfort the family of the former governor and grant him a peaceful rest. 36 fully recovered COVID-19 patients have been discharged by the Lagos State government on Thursday. This is according to a tweet on the Lagos State Ministry of Health official handle, which explained that the recovered patients were discharged after testing negative to the virus. While giving a breakdown of the recovered patients, the Ministry of Health said 11 of the patients were females, while 25 are males. The patients include 9 from Onikon, 8 from Bagada, 7 from Agidingbi, 4 from Etiosa Landmark, and 8 from Lekki Isolation Centers were discharged after testing negative to COVID-19. The statement explained. With this, the number of COVID-19 cases successfully managed and discharged in Lagos has risen to 1,364. The National Youth Service Corps has said it will not reopen orientation camps across the country until it is safe to do so. The NYSC, in a statement on Thursday by its Director, Press and Public Relations, Adenike Adeyemi, any report that it was planning to open the camps was false, she said. To put issues in proper perspective, it is appropriate to state the National Youth Service Corps will only return to the orientation camps when it is very safe to do so in view of the danger posed by COVID-19 pandemic. The NYSC spokesperson added that even when it had been established that it was safe to open the camps, the Corps would act when it had received the nod of the federal government. Moving on to the foreign scene, foreign donor nations pledged $1.8 billion at a conference hosted by Germany to help Sudan ease an economic crisis hampering its transition towards democracy after the fall of Omar al-Bashir. The European Union pledged €312 million, equivalent to $350.13. The United States pledged $356.2 million. Germany pledged €150 million. France pledged €100 million, and Britain pledged $150 million for humanitarian and development programs. Chief among them planned cash transfers to poor families with the help of the World Bank, officials said at the online event. Saudi Arabia, which said it had given Sudan $500 million over the past year, donated only $10 million, and the United Arab Emirates donated $50 million. The two Gulf countries had promised a grant to Sudan of $3 billion in the form of cash and commodities after the military ousted Bashir in April. But it is unclear how, in April 2019, but it is unclear how much has reached the country in total. China and Spain were among countries offering to assist Sudan with relieving its debt, which stands at about $56 billion. The U.S. House of Representatives has passed a sweeping police reform bill that currently has little prospect of becoming a law amid partisan gridlock. The Democratic-controlled chamber voted 236 to 181 for the measure, mainly along party lines on Thursday night. The legislation is named after George Floyd, the unarmed black man whose death in police custody last month ignited worldwide protests. But U.S. President Donald Trump has threatened to veto the measure, and his fellow Republicans in the Senate are proposing their own less far-reaching bill. The George Floyd Justice in Policing Act was passed exactly a month after the Minneapolis, Minnesota man's death at warp speed for a usually deliberative and ponderous legislative body. The Democratic bill would hold police officers personally liable for damages in lawsuits, ban no-knock warrants often used by police in drug raids, and halt the flow of military surplus equipment to police departments. Moving on to the exciting world of sports, Liverpool have won their first Premier League title in 30 years after Chelsea beat Manchester City 2-1 on Thursday. Jurgen Klopp's men sealed a 19th league title for the club with a record 7 games left to play after City's defeat left them with 23 points adrift of Liverpool at the top. Liverpool had moved within 2 points of the title with a 4-0 demolition of Crystal Palace at Anfield on Wednesday. The 28th win in 31 league games this season prompted Liverpool star Mohamed Salah to declare, "Now is our time to win the league," and 24 hours later, his wish was granted. Liverpool got the favour they wanted from Chelsea at Stamford Bridge. Willian's 78th-minute penalty, awarded for a handball by Fernandinho, ended City's 2-year reign as champions after Kevin De Bruyne had cancelled out Christian Pulisic's opener. Liverpool have clinched the title earlier than any other Premier League champions, breaking the previous record of 5 games left, shared by City and Manchester United. Cristiano Ronaldo's Juventus host struggling at least on Friday, looking to take advantage of a midweek slip-up by nearest challengers Lazio and move 7 points clear at the top of Serie A. The 8-time reigning champions bounced back from their Italian Cup final defeat at the hands of Napoli and were the only one of the top 3 in Italy to win in the league this week with their 2-0 victory in Bologna on Monday. Fabio Liverani's Leeds held Juventus to a 1-1 draw in the reverse fixture at home in the Bulls of Italy in October and shocked Napoli 3-2 in the San Paolo in February. But the Southerners, who lie in the relegation zone, lost 7-2 to Atlanta just before the coronavirus lockdown in March and returned with a 4-1 thumping by AC Milan on Monday. A return to Serie B looks likely on this form. Lazio hosts Fiorentina on Saturday, filled with regret after losing their first league game in 9 months, falling 3-2 at Atlanta on Wednesday. After surrendering a 2-goal lead, Inter Milan's title hopes soared further in a 3-3 draw with Sassuolo on Wednesday, which left them 8 points behind Juventus with a tricky trip to Parma waiting on Sunday. Antonio Conte's men need a result to consolidate third position, with Atalanta just 4 points behind in fourth before their game at strugglers Udinese. With that, we've come to the end of the news. A recap of the headlines. Ajimobi will be remembered for leaving a blueprint we're using, says SEYI MAKINDE. We're not ready to reopen orientation camps, NYSC. And on the foreign scene, Sudan to receive 1.8 billion aid to ease economic crisis. And sports, Liverpool win first Premier League title in 30 years. As the world eases out of lockdown, kindly ensure to take all advice and precautions as given by health workers. The news was compiled by Mobola Wadekale. I am Olaide Amosu. Good day and thank you for watching.